The featured Pokemon for Pokemon Go's April Community Day has been revealed to be Togetic. On April 15th, Togetics will be spawning everywhere, the shiny rate will be increased, and when you evolve them into Togekiss, they will learn the exclusive charge attack, Aura Sphere. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some details about the event. I'm going to talk about just how big of a deal Aura Sphere is for Togekiss, and a couple other interesting PvP details that you might not be thinking about. So starting out with the basic here, this community day is not a Stardust community day, it is a Candy community day. But because the featured Pokemon is Togetic, you get 300 Stardust per capture, which is 3 times the normal Stardust. So despite not being a Stardust per capture community day, it technically is. So, save up some gym coins and get ready to use some star pieces and get a big old bag of dust. What's even cooler about this too is it doesn't take the Stardust community day out of rotation. So it's just even more Stardust. So if you can make it, this will be a great day to make the most out of just for the Stardust alone. Now, when it comes to Aura Sphere is a move that we already have in the game. It's 100 base power for 55 energy cost, which is pretty nice for Togekiss. It is a harder hitting hit than Flamethrower, but it's not that interesting because it still has the same energy cost as Flamethrower. To add to that, Togekiss's main fast move is Charm. Charm recently got nerfed, and Charm doesn't really gain a whole lot of energy, so if Togekiss was going to get a game changer, it would either have to be a brand new fast move, or it would have to be an even faster charge move. Aura Sphere is nice, it is technically better coverage than Flamethrower, but Togekiss could be wanting a little bit more. When it comes to Togekiss's Master League performance, having the Aura Sphere gives an improved matchup against the Kyogre, where before Flamethrower did like nothing, Ancient Power did like probably more than Flamethrower, I really don't know, but Aura Sphere definitely helps out that matchup. Matchups that it can harm, though, would be the Metagross and the Zacian matchup, the Zacian one in particular, if you're not still running the Flamethrower. So Flamethrower might not be leaving Togekiss's move pool. Another interesting thing to highlight is the Dialga matchup. While the basic PvPoke sims won't be showing a matchup change because, Flamethrower, 55 energy cost, same energy cost as Aura Sphere, is still doing the job to KO the Dialga here, but Aura Sphere does do more damage to the Dialga. You can see here that Flamethrower is 34% damage and the Aura Sphere is 60% damage. So when you have that late game situation, you're just trying to take out the Dialga. Dialga's doing its darndest to reach the KOing Iron Head. Well, the Aura Sphere could make the difference. That all said, Togekiss isn't looking so hot these days in the Master League. Charm got nerfed, Zacian was already kind of pushing it down before the Charm nerf, so while Togekiss is still an effective Master League option, it's not the most exciting thing on the block, and like I said before, Aura Sphere isn't exactly a game changer for it. However, Togekiss still has respect. If you are a Master League enthusiast, a pro Master League player, I'd say building a new Togekiss, or at least getting a hundo that has Aura Sphere to build should the day come that you want to use an Aura Sphere Togekiss in the Master League, would be a mindful idea. I recommend doing that instead of elite teaming your already existing Togekiss, because there are use cases for charge moves that aren't Aura Sphere. Like I said before, Aura Sphere isn't going to help you against the Zacian, Aura Sphere isn't going to help you against the Mirror, and you need a variety of charge moves to handle, this variety of circumstances. So if Togekiss ever becomes meta again, maybe the meta moveset, or maybe the moveset you're using it on your team with, won't be including Aura Sphere. Maybe it will. It's good to have options. Another thing to highlight too is Togekiss might not be the best Great League or Ultra League Pokemon these days, especially after the Charm nerf. But, Aura Sphere with Ancient Power is perfect coverage, right? So should Togekiss get upgraded in the future with Fairy Wind or just a different fast move in general that gains more energy, Togekiss could be a more dynamic option than what it currently is. That said, we've already seen near perfect coverage kind of play out already for Granbull using Dark and Fighting type attacks, and Granbull is threatening, but it's not like the hottest item on the block yet, so it's a little dubious. It's a little questionable. But hey, what do you have to lose but a little bit of your bag space by holding on to a good Great League and Ultra League Togekiss? Then finally, I just want to give a little spotlight to our friend Togetic here. Togetic doesn't have as good of attacks as Togekiss does. It doesn't have Charm. It doesn't even have Air Slash. It doesn't have Flamethrower, and it sure as heck does not have an Aura Sphere, right? So Togetic is kind of bad, but it is a little bit tankier than the Togekiss is. So if we run into a limited Great League format or something where Togetic makes a little bit of sense to use, it could be mindful to have a good Great League Togetic locked and loaded. To add to that, Togetic doesn't really have good fast moves. It has extra sensory, and you have to spend an elite TM if you want Zen Headbutt or Steel Wing, which is awful. But it also has all of these hidden powers. Now, hidden power isn't the best fast move on the block, but it is still an effective one, and it can be even more effective in cup formats where, you know, your options are limited. Hidden power could have more opportunities to shine. For example, way back when we first had Element Cup, the OG Element Cup, there was a lot of hype surrounding Badoo with hidden power poison, because at the time it was the only really like effective poison type attacker in the cup, making it a really interesting anti-meta core breaker. I didn't have one, so I didn't get to use it myself, but you know, people that follow me and my patrons had them themselves, and they were able to use it, and they told me that their opponents, they weren't ready for that smoke. So could Togetic find itself in a similar situation? It's hard to say, but we do have the Evolution Cup coming up. You know, the cup that has Dragon Breath, Dragonair, you got Zweilous, you've got Vigoroth and Machoke, all being potent options, all of which are using fast moves that are resisted by Togetic, actually doubly resisted by the Togetic. So Togetic could be a spicy option there. Which hidden power would be most effective in this situation? I really don't know. I haven't looked at it too closely to find out if it would even really be all that effective to begin with, but this is just an example of how having, 15 different Great League Togetics, all with different hidden powers, it could pay to your advantage in some future meta, maybe in the Evolution Cup. If anything comes of that, I'll make sure to let you guys know. Maybe I'd do a Togetic deep dive specifically for the Evolution Cup or something. But it is a crafty idea, and Togetics are going to be spawning in masse. So if you're saving like good Great League sized ones already, and you got the bag space for it, why not try to be mindful of the different hidden powers? And a little extra tip when it comes to figuring out the hidden power type on your Pokemon, if Togetic comes with extra sensory, not with the hidden power, if you use an elite charge TM, you can preview what the hidden power type is without spending the TM. So if you're worried about your TMs, you don't want to waste a whole bunch of TMs trying to figure out what the hidden power types are, but you are interested in having a variety of hidden power types, or maybe just one specific hidden power type, well, that could be a way to do it without spending your resources, as long as you're careful to not hit hidden power and then hit OK with your elite TM, right? Once again, not the most important priority in the whole PvP universe, but I'm just saying, you know, 2-3 years from now, hidden power fire Togetic could be doing something, and you'd be like, dang, Ryan Swag, he told me. He told me to save the Togetic with every single hidden power. Togekiss also has hidden power, and it's got a higher attack stat, so maybe it could hit breakpoints that Togetic can't, so you can try the same thing there. The problem here, though, is that Togekiss has to be like level 17 or less to fit into the Great League, which can be pretty tight on capture to like even get the good IVs to begin with. So I'll leave you to decide what you're going to do with that one. What I've seen historically is slower fast moves on Pokemon when you're doing aggressive fast move damage usually plays in favor to bulkier Pokemon, but having that more aggressive higher damage can be helpful sometimes too. So like it's tough already recommending people to save all these on Togetic, but both? Well, if you're into it, by all means. So that's all I gotta say about Togetic Community Day here. If you got any questions on this content, of course, comment below, let me know what's up, and I'll be happy to help you out. And if you enjoyed this kind of content, you want to see more like it, well, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips. I'd also like to give a special shout out to these Patreon supporters. If you want to support Swagman on Patreon, link in the description. So as you can tell, the wall is up and it is not falling down. Shout out to my fiance and my future mother-in-law for surprising me with this, tackling this on a work day here. And it's been more than 24 hours. The new adhesive, it's working. Why did I ever use carpet tape before? I do not know. I mean, we try. It was laying around and we learned. So Yeah, if you ever want to do something like this, get some real mounting tape. Tape that's not carpet tape.